MVP, the winner of our first match tonight, and he has advanced to the round of 32. Of course, we have many more matches to go, and our second match of the evening is going to feature Jjakji, and he is up against OGS Zenio. Should be an interesting matchup again. Another Wera clan player, and we're going to see an OGS team player. So a couple of the bigger clans, bigger teams here in the Korean StarCraft 2 League meeting head-to-head against each other. How much do you know about these players?
Well, I don't know a whole lot about Wera, but I'm a big fan of OGS. Like I said, I'm partial here. And what I do know about Zenio is I've been told he is excellent in practice games. And until recently, he was a little bit stage fright. But they've told me now that's wearing off, and he's a big gun to play. Okay, well, let's take a look at his opponent here first. This is jjakji. His name is Chung Ji-hoon. Only 17 years of age, and I must say, oh boy, it actually shows. He looks a little bit nervous to me. You know, if I'm a poker player, I'm calling his bluff right now. He does not look very confident or comfortable right now. Certainly playing in the booth here in front of the audience, very, very different than playing at home in your pajamas, as I like to say. But boy, I'm thinking Jjakji Wera looking a little bit nervous. He is 17 years of age, so still a little bit young. He does like to play against Zerg players, so he is playing his favorite counter race. And boy, on the other hand, look at that show of confidence. That face. That says it all. Zenio looking very confident, and he was indeed a round of 32 member in Season 1 of the GSL a couple months ago. So he's been here before. He should be comfortable. You said before that he's one of the better practice players, and we'll see if he can translate that to a studio win here as well. It's one of those things that we get to see in a live game like this. You know, this is what you don't get to see, let's say, if you just look at a replay online or something like that. But when you're watching a live broadcast like this, you get to see the players in their studios, a little bit of the look. And, you know, they really say that the eyes are the window to a person's soul, and you can kind of see the fear almost in Jjakji Wera. I really hope he does get over that once the game starts, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's take a look at the maps that these guys are going to be playing on. Set number 1 is going to be Zelnaga Caverns, and set 2, Blistering Sands. And set number 3, if necessary, will be Lost Temples, Shakura's Plateau, Jungle Basin removed by Jjakji, and maps eliminated were Steppes of War and Delta Quadrant by Zenio. Yeah, pretty standard elimination there, getting rid of Steppes of War by Zenio, that quick rush map. Understand that completely. Yeah, judging by the eyes, I mean, call me crazy. I hope I'm not just seeing this myself, but it just really, out of all the people that I've seen so far stepping into the booth over these last 2 days, I really don't know if I've seen anyone look as nervous as Jjakji. And counter to that, very few people have looked as comfortable, as in ease as we've seen with Zenio. Of course, there have been other players perhaps as comfortable, but certainly he is among the tops that seem very comfortable, and he seems ready to go, so we're going to go. Let's go to set number 1. Okay, let's take a look at Zenio here at the bottom left corner, the red Zerg. Okay, actually, I think I have a mistake here in my script. They're saying Wera is our Zerg player.
OGS Zenio.
Or maybe, well, we'll have to take a look at this, but I'm a little confused with what's going on here.
They said, where is our Zerg player? No, Zenio's our Zerg player.
Zenio is our Zerg player. Okay, the introduction was backwards there, but no problem. Zenio is our Zerg player. And jjakji is our Terran player in the upper right. And he is building at his choke point.
And of course, we're seeing supply first ever since the recent patch came out. No more barracks first nonsense.
Let's talk a little bit about that patch. How much has that affected the game?
Well, if I remember right, I think everyone knows and loves Idra there, and if I remember right, he did some sort of dance when he heard the news. That's how good it is for Zerg.
Of course,
it really takes the pressure off the early game Reaper harassment.
Of course, Idra also was a winner in the afternoon games, so he's advanced to the round of 32 as he did a year ago, and we have gone to a early hatchery from our Zerg player Zenio, as has been the case for most games between Terran versus Zerg. From a Zerg standpoint, Drone is able to get through and take a peek at what is going on in the base of jjakji. You know, going back to nerves, I mean, let's pretend that jjakji really is a little bit nervous. What are some of the common mistakes that you might allow to happen?
Well, I think the most common as a Terran player is missing a depot. No matter how long I've played the game, when I get on stage, I have to double check my depots, otherwise I'll be stuck at 15 supply for 15 minutes.
And by the way, Zenio did do a gas steal for a moment, and then he canceled. I think his drone has since been killed.
Yeah, he's slowing down the Terran tech as much as possible. Pretty standard Zerg harassment here in the early game.
A couple Marines scouting out near the tower. Queen on the way for jjakji, or sorry, for Zenio. SCV finds its way out of the expansion.
And here, this has been the since new popular build since the patch is just again the no Reaper, somewhat early Hellion harass with Blue Flame.
And back to the base they go. Roach Warren on the way from Zenio.
I gotta say, I really don't like the early Hellion harass as much as the other players do. I think it's actually perfect time to do some sort of tricky early gameplay, fake tech into somewhat slower Reaper harassment, because no one's expecting it now that Reapers have been nerfed with that slow barrack.
Overlord is taken down at the cost of some information, and here is that Hellion harassment that we were predicting.
Yeah, Queen's gonna easily chase this away, and Zerg's just gonna put down the creep tumors, power up a bit, and yeah, I'm not liking the Terran's opening too much here. A little bit. It's gonna get real passive real quick now that he's expanding with the second command center.
Third extractor is now complete. And another Queen on its way out. Couple of roaches there for Zenio. Medevac on the way for jjakji. 4 Helions. Looking at a Helion drop perhaps into the main. Medevac's trying to catch up with them.
Yeah, now this might be dangerous, except if you notice, the Zerg has excellent spread and coverage with creep tumors and overlords. So as long as he doesn't panic, he's going to move all of his drones in time, and harassment should be minimal. Speed Zerg.
Now he's doing a fake medevac into the main, and
yes,
actually attacking the expansion here. Nice play here by jjakji if this can be pulled off. Blue Flame expansion upgrade.
Not enough damage.
Not executed as well. It was a nice idea. Execution didn't quite fool Zenio enough. Nice idea to make it look as if he was going to drop those off in the main.
It was a good idea, but it was a better play by Zenio because he had the timing down right. He powered just enough, and then he made a round of units, a couple roaches, and a round of zerglings. So there was really very, very little chance of damage being done there by the Terran player jjakji.
Baneling nest on the way for Zenio.
Oh, now I missed this. We have our Thor coming up.
That'll make things interesting. Siege tank, complete.
I'm guessing this is... He either thinks Zerg is going Muta. Well, now he knows he's not. Those two scans there in the Zerg main. So yeah, I'm kind of expecting a little bit of Thor harassment with that dropship since they're just sitting there collecting dust. The Terran expansion.
Zenio trying to bust through these debris, get to his expansion.
Yeah, like I said earlier, it gets real passive real fast for Terran. It looks like he's opting for a mech-heavy mid-game. 3 factories going on here, and this is a mistake by the Terran player not to try to run around Hellions or take that dropship and fly around, picking off Overlords, slowing down expansions, anything he can do. He knows he's not going to hurt the main economy probably, but he's got to do something. This is too passive.
Very late Spire, about halfway complete now. Thor, a couple of Thors actually out for jjakji. Zergling's going to check out what's going on here. He spots the Thors. And Zenio doing a good job of spreading creep out around the map.
Yes, he is.
Have him have a little more vision as to what's going on.
This is why Terran has to apply pressure. Right now, Zerg's concentrating completely on seeing the map, expanding, powering units, and unfortunately, Terran doesn't look like he's going to have much of a mid-game push coming anytime soon.
And also expanding. I really like what Zenio is doing here with all his overlords, and his overlords basically have free reign to move around wherever they want. No harassment being done at all by jjakji. Another Thor joins the pack, so jjakji just massing up units for the time being. Mutalisk already out now for Zenio.
Yeah, it looks like Zerg has decided he's powered enough, and he anticipates something coming from the Terran soon. He's really pumping rounds of units now. Roach, Zergling, a few mutas here and there.
Starport training a Raven right now. Engineering bay taken out by the Roaches. And perhaps a little bit of harassment here. As right as jjakji was going out, Roaches come in for some harassment. Good timing play here by Zenio. Now the question is, how's Zenio going to deal with this brush?
Well, it looks like he's going to deal with it pretty easily. It looks like Terran nerves are really getting him now. He's all but lost his expansion.
Roaches burrow. Gonna heal up a bit before they move on out.
Yeah, he's picking off those tanks now. Like you said, burrow and burrow. There we go again. And he's just buying time at his natural expansion, as you see. He's got 2 sides of units here. The longer Terran waits, the easier it is for Zerg to bust out.
3 bases right now for our Zerg player Zenio.
Here it comes.
And here's the surround. Both sides. The sandwich play. Roaches from both sides, and that's going to be the game. GG.
GG so fast.
Great play here by Zenio, getting this around, and the timing of the counter right as jjakji was heading out. Zenio spotted it, went in, did a little bit of harassment from the backside, and jjakji was pretty much in no man's land. He couldn't go back. He didn't have enough to take out Zenio's base, and in the end, it was simply GG. What did you see as the turning point? It really seemed like passivity was probably a problem here in this one.
It was, but the thing I noticed at almost the very end there, the harassment at the eBay. Zerg showed him he busted it, and he showed him the units were hiding in the back, but Terran said, okay, no problem, it's time to go. I'm going to go rush attack, and as we saw the result, Terran loses.
Okay, well, that was set number 1 that goes to Zenio, and let's see if Wera has some game in him, as we're going to see set number 2 is going to be on Blistering Sands, as we get set to go there in a moment. I think, no, they're still going to stand by as they're loading up. But we do have jjakji Wera. He is our Terran player. OGS Zenio, our Zerg player, is going to be on Blistering Sands once again. All right. I guess they're not quite ready just yet. So, let's go back a little bit to jjakji, as he did seem a little bit indecisive at times. Perhaps that'll play different in set 2. They're ready to go. Let's go there now.
Yeah, actually, I was just wondering if maybe jjakji's nerves have got to him. He said, hey, maybe I need a second.
Let's see if that's the case. We are set for set number 2. Let's go.